We're planting berries all over the woods, and y'all are not ready for it.
So I'm in Will's living room right now, and all of this water is coming in here, but soaking wet. That noise are the tires sliding. What's up, guys? Back in the mountains, picking up all of the fruit trees and berry bushes right now, taking it over to Will's place. Beautiful area. Some on some back roads right now. It's not a big commercial nursery. It's a place called Edible Landscapes, but I'm actually towing the dump trailer all the way from Central Virginia all the way to the really far side of West Virginia near Ohio. So it's going to be a good 6.5 hour drive, I think, at least. We'll probably get to town tonight, sleep in a parking lot, have all this stuff in the back of the truck, which would be hilarious. You know, parked out somewhere, living in the work truck. And yeah, but a lot of old historic places here. Look at that. She looking nice today. She looking very nice. I also wanted to note that I haven't eaten in 3 days. I'm planning on a 5-day fast. I was pretty strong with that. I'm not hungry, but I am kind of dizzy. And I don't like being dizzy. And we've got hard labor for the next couple days, so I gotta see what's going on with all that. So I don't want to be planting all these trees falling over. So I might have a little bone broth or a little nibble of something. But I really, if it wasn't for the dizziness, I'm completely fine otherwise. I've been supplementing with a ton of minerals. I got this electrolyte salt stuff. It's got potassium, magnesium, chloride, sodium, all that good stuff. Bunch of stuff. Beautiful, beautiful. Figured I'd let you guys know that I'm not eating food. Yep. Okay, see ya. Yep. Yeehaw. Bunch of the good stuff. It's gonna be a good project. But look at that, beautiful place to live. They got a swimming hole. And then the nursery's up this hill here. And she's bumpy. Homeland. This place here has fruit everywhere you look. On the left, we got some elderberries, greenhouses, open land, just full of fruit. We love to see it. So over here, we got some peaches, we got some blackberries. We've got, I don't even know what these are. Kind of looks like a pomegranate. More peaches over there, some raspberries. Got some figs, got some elderberries, got some plums. I'm telling you guys, this place is wonderful. It's a magical place. Blueberries, some more figs growing up right in here, not ripe yet. They are in South Carolina. They've got the ducks going through there to take care of all the pests. So these right here are actually a combination. They're a hybrid of a huckleberry and a regular blueberry right here. Goodness gracious. Paradise.
Honey, so still growth makes a big difference, and for my boss.
So these are all the Trent berries that we have right now. We've got 2, 4, 6, 8 plants right here, 2 more elderberries, and then 2 more blueberries over there. Guys, this is what I'm talking about right here. Basically just go to the nursery, find places that sell plants, and then eat the berries. All right, so we got the golf cart with a bunch of comfrey right here. This is going to bring up nutrients from the subsoil, chop and drop it, help the plants. We got elderberry, then some blackberries, and then some blueberry crosses. This is a pretty successful day at the nursery here. It's going to be a really good time. It's going to be exciting, it's going to be fun, and I'm super stoked. So stick along. All right, guys, just picked up all the plants. Got a ton of good stuff back there. They've already got berries on them. I tasted them myself. It's going to be crazy. You are not going to believe... Guys, you are not going to believe this. Not even one time. So, with all of that said, got about a 6.5 hour drive. Going to pick up some raw milk on the way from a lady in West Virginia. I'm stoked. I am so stoked. Look at the view, too. My goodness.
I'm in the pretty mountains, yeah. Just camped out in the Walmart parking lot with the dump trailer behind me, driving through the hills of West Virginia, my favorite roads to drive left, right, left, right, left, right, hit the gas, hit the brakes, hit the gas, hit the brakes. And you can't go fast. I've been driving like 30 miles an hour. It took me so much longer to get here, yeah. So, yeah, holy cow, heading out to go plant some berries with Will Survives and his homeboy Jesse, the infamous cameraman Jesse, and I'm super excited about it. It's been cool. I've been pulling through. I've got a really nice dump trailer, and I got it a couple years ago for the landscaping business, and people in small towns, they're not ready for it because all the landscapers here, there's like not enough work to be doing big landscape projects, so everyone's like doing it on the side. They'll cut grass with like a Jeep Wrangler with like a weed eater on the back, and those people were at Biscuit World this morning because people here hang out at Biscuit World, and Biscuit World is actually good. Look, there's no seed oils if you get rid of the fake cheese, and it's really bumpy. So I'm pulling up at Biscuit World, and all the locals are like, I'm not joking about it, they're like, this guy's gonna put me out of business. Where's he coming from? Out-of-state plates taking our jobs, brother. But it's okay because they don't know where to get the blueberries anyways, because the nursery with the blueberries is 5 hours away. So I brought the mulch from 6.5 hours away. I brought the blueberries from 5 hours away. And life is good, guys. Life is good. I got a cross between, it's called a Trent berry. Only one place that I know of like in the world sells them. Because when I Googled it, it didn't even pop up except for one little place in Louisiana. Because that's where they made it, something like that. Anyways, a Trent berry is a cross between a wild huckleberry and I think a highbush blueberry. I don't know if it's another northern or southern variety. It might be northern. But the Trent berries are sweet. They are currently loaded with fruit, and I ate them and it's really good. And they're gonna grow really well in this environment. The area floods with water occasionally, so I picked the berries because they're like, you know, sometimes they'll grow in swamps out in nature. That's what they say. Highbush blueberries are like a swamp berry. They also grow on mountaintops. So not just swamps. It's an and, not or situation. So that's what's going on. Super stoked, super pumped up. It's gonna be amazing. We're gonna tear this up. But yeah, the locals, they did not seem very excited to see my 20-foot trailer behind me that says edible landscaping. Because they were like, where'd that boy get the blueberry from? And I know the people on Will's channel, a lot of people were like, yo, Cole is a great addition. There's also people who are like, I thought this was a bushcraft channel. This isn't bushcraft. You guys are gardening. That's weak. Bushcraft boy gotta eat. So we got some berries up in there. It's gonna be so fun. It's gonna be so fun. I picked out varieties that do well with about 4 hours of sun, as well as ones that will grow in this climate. I also wanted to say that I have a 2500 truck. It is a 2500, but I have a gasoline truck. It's built for towing, but it's not built for towing this much daily. I think I was flooring it and I was going 20 miles an hour up a mountain for 5 minutes at 5,000 RPMs, which is almost redline. It was crazy. I felt like the big rig truckers all night. I could smell whatever was heating up. Made sure I had enough tran fluid, made sure that I had enough oil, and I made sure my temperature didn't get up there, but it was pretty wild. The road I'm on is very sketchy. This is the sketchiest road that I've driven a dump trailer on. The trees are falling with the power lines here, and when I hit the brakes, I just start sliding, so I'm going at like 5 miles an hour. But yeah, that's what we are working with. Woo, gotta be careful. That noise are the tires sliding. I have been backing up this dump trailer for the past mile, give or take. It is so sketchy. I've been doing this for 40 minutes, I think. Okay, yeah, so guys, this sucks. It's less sketchy now. Before it was dicey, I didn't want to record that. But now it's pretty flat, so I'm recording it. What's up, guys? Back at Will's place right now. We got the doggies here, and we've got a
bunch of these Trent berries right here, which are a cross between a huckleberry and a high bush blueberry right in there. Got a bunch of leaf compost, got a bunch of pine mulch. More berries over there. Will's messing around with the cardboard. Super sweet place. All right, so Barefoot Appalachia is now Barefoot Boot Guy because there's a bunch of chiggers here, so we're spraying with some all natural bug spray right here. We'll see how she goes. Come check out this cooler and also try this bug spray. So it was kind of expensive, but it works. It's like citronella oil and all sorts of crap, but it smells good. So I just sprayed it on the boots. No longer Barefoot Appalachia. The Bootman Appalachia.
The Bootman.
Yes,
this
sir.
does smell good, and that's all natural.
Sure enough.
Damn.
See, look at all them berries right here. If you guys didn't know, we are back in business. If you thought that we were done and you thought that we were out of business, we're actually in business and we're planting berries all over the woods and y'all are not ready for it.
Can you cut out the part where I tasted it?
Did you actually do that? That's hilarious. Heck yep. All right, but yeah, you ready to try some raw milk, brother?
Oh yeah.
I'll bring it back here, but I just wanted to show you the fridge.
Okay, sweet.
Dude, buying this GoPro has been so fun. I repurposed a video, like a 20-minute long video.
Yeah.
And I got clips out of it. It's pretty sweet. It's a little zoomed in, so I put on more wide angle now. But
great.
So like this is all the stuff, but that's it right there. So if it's a lot of stuff, it just runs. I got a cable coming from the back of the thingamajig over that way.
Yep.
Put a fun sticker on the top. I put it in my armpit, and she's chilly. All right, let's find a spot. Maybe on top of over by the stove over there.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
It's not very clean.
Sorry, I'll just put the camera right here and do a little something. All right, so Mr. Will,
Mr. Cole.
today we've got some West Virginia fresh raw milk. We've got some West Virginia fresh, this is so chilly on me right now, maple syrup from Upper Track, West Virginia. This is the good stuff, right, Chip? Dude, no bullshit though. It's gonna be crazy. Okay, so put this right here. I'm just gonna mix it on the ground. So
Sweet.
let me turn this down a little bit, just so the people know. First off, what we do, we get the maple syrup. Bro, give that a smell. Give that a smell. Now you say you don't do the sugar. It comes from
No, I do. I do natural sugar.
Yes, sir.
I've been eating lots of honey lately, not gonna lie.
Yeah, buddy. So we do about yay much in there. We can do more, but I'll start you off with this.
Sweet.
Do a couple drops of the vanilla extract, just for extra pizzazz. You don't need it, but
You don't know.
the people don't know. All right, guys, so we got, the cream line. Oh, the cream line. Dude, people who haven't had raw milk with maple syrup think I'm just like being goofy right now. They're like, oh, he's just being like silly for the video. I do this when I'm by myself. Last night, I pulled over specifically just so I could marinate and bask in the feeling of wonderful raw milk. All right. Actually, give that to you. I'm going to be bringing this a little bit closer.
Do it. First
Will-
taste test.
Will survives first raw milk taste test. This is a no BS experience.
Can I buy this Sprite? Holy shit, it tastes like you're supposed to make ice cream with it. Am I supposed to save some for you or drink all of it?
Just drink that. I got plenty. I bought 2 gallons, so. Fresh milk from last night, stored at 32 degrees, 34 degrees, right below freezing, above freezing. You get the point.
I get the point. Holy shit.
So what we've been hearing is it tastes like you're supposed to make ice cream from it, and it's still good for you. Unless you're an animal rights activist, then in that case, you're going to get canceled.
Yeah,
Good
I finished that shit off. Had to.
Yeehaw. Good shit. Let's get you some more, dude. Will Survive's banned from realmilk.com. They don't want the people to have raw milk.
They don't want the people to know. I actually think I typed that address in wrong.
They don't want you to have the milk. Okay. They don't want montage here. But yeah, people who are lactose intolerant, they can't digest regular milk because the milk right here has lactose and lactase in it. And pretty much whenever you heat it up, like to pasteurize, it kills off the lactase, which is the enzyme that breaks down the lactose. When you heat it up, it gets rid of the one, pretty much gets rid of the thing that helps you digest it. So this is straight from the cow, easy to digest because it has the stuff you need to digest.
So it won't make me shit everywhere is what you're saying.
Exactly. Yeah. So I can't do regular milk, but I can do raw milk just fine. A lot of people are getting on raw milk, bro. I'm actually going out to Mexico in September with a bunch of biohackers. They invited me out there.
Crazy.
And they said they got raw milk on tap.
Mm.
We got Willie's Starlink on the tree with the sketchiest setup in the world. Let the people know that we got power tools this time. Got to let them know we got a big fence. This is actually really well built. Love to see it. This is where the berries are going, baby. Comfrey berries, comfrey berry, comfrey berries.
You gonna stay out of here, man?
All right, so basically Will's got a big katana saw and we've got a bunch of plants all in rows. We're gonna dig some holes. Each plant has comfrey right here. What this does is blueberry roots go about like elderberries, maybe like 6 inches down. These have tap roots that go down about 12 foot into the subsoil. They bring the nutrients up to the leaves, and then eventually you chop and drop it, use it as a natural mulch around all your plants. And this is the Russian 14 sterile block variety, so it's not going to spread all over and go crazy. It just gets bigger, and then it clumps. Then you can move it, divide it to other plants, and you'll be good to go. But yeah, there's already a ton of berries on these things. Like, these are all going to turn black when they're ready. A lot of people haven't seen those. Trent berry, it's a cross between a huckleberry and a high bush blueberry. And I'm trying to get Will to taste some, but I ate them all, so time to get to work. The rain is coming down now. We were trying to get some stuff done, but the rain is coming down, and we're still gonna get stuff done. So I'm in Will's living room right now, and all of this water is coming in here. It's soaking wet. There's a mountain on the left, a mountain on the right, and everything is just rushing into here. I had to put sticks underneath so it didn't all fill it up. But I decided to get a shovel, and I'm digging this trench to drain all this water, to redirect it back into the stream. I'm gonna dig it a little bit deeper. We're cooking macaroni for the deer. And this is what happened. We've been stuck out here in the woods. So I got the shovel, we're digging it out. The inside is getting absolutely flooded. So I had to do something. Oh yeah. It's getting crazy. We're trying to save everything inside. I ended up digging this trench. It was actually overflowing at first, but this is what we got right now. This is the least of it. This is as it settled down. The storm isn't too bad, but all of this water right here, gosh, all of this water right here was going right into the tent, right into the humble abode. Holy cow. That was probably 6 to 8 inches deep. This is what the inside's looking like. It's crazy. I hope the audio comes through because it's pouring down rain, and I think it's in the microphone. That was running down the river. That's why you don't camp where the trees don't grow and the water flows. So it looks like we're in a somewhat well-draining area. These holes were flooded with water. Now I guess I'm gonna have to re-dig them again, but life is still good. One thing we were paying attention to was this creek. We didn't want it to come up here and then flood out this garden. That's why we planted plants that have historically grown somewhere near swamps. Just so if water did come in, when it comes out, it's not gonna hurt the plants. It's gonna be able to survive. So that's the main river over there. This is a little secondary one. As long as we can build up something, I don't know, maybe they'll just leave it alone. But in a perfect world, if we made some sort of wall along here, we would keep that water over there and not in the garden or where Will's house is. So it seems like pretty much everywhere around this property, we're gonna have to dig moats. There's a little puddle here, so if that filled up, that would have gone into the garden. So I'm digging moats around literally everything. It's pretty out here though. Got the basketball hoop. That's pretty much what you don't want to be around. is that up here. It's probably happened more than once, but we're working on getting the drainage and the water away from all this stuff. A ton of water. That was barely, you couldn't even swim in it before, except for like maybe little holes right here, but it was covered in rocks. So instead I just got the shovel, digging trenches everywhere. It's a great time. Look how happy I am. Okay. This stuff right here makes me feel like I'm a kid again. We used to always hang out by the creeks, the swamps, and like dig trenches and make little houses for turtles out in the woods. And now I'm doing the same thing. So definitely feel like I'm a wee little lad. I'm trying to just keep that water out of here. And if it does come up, we're making pathways for it to go back where it's supposed to be. Or maybe this garden is where it's not supposed to be. Maybe Mother Nature decided that this is where the water was supposed to be and not Will's basketball hoop or his basketball or his tripod or that ladder with the pole saw. But those are the foundation holes. These are soaked. It's a good time. So just hanging out, planting some trees. Well, this is the after effects of it all. And this is what I dug over the course of probably an hour and a half, maybe. I did the initial one pretty quick. Then I fine-tuned it so that it would drain enough water, but all sorts of stuff was floating down the river. And that's what we got going on, guys. Always an adventure. I probably was like knee-deep in water. That was a good time. I don't remember if I had my phone in my pocket or not. Oh well, we'll find out. I think that's the first time that the water ever got that high since Will's been here. So that's why there was no trench or anything like that before, because there didn't need to be. So I think day to day, both him and I, whoever's at the property, is going to have a lot of hard lessons, which also make for good stories. So I was just in the creek on the right, which is actually used to be a road. It's kind of weird how the road turns into a creek and the creek turns into a road in these parts. So since they sprayed brush killer all over along the water and I was just in the water, I'm going to go to the water on the right where I don't think they sprayed anything. So in our last video, we were all hanging out here and there were some puddles. But this is the road. But basically this is the road. This is how people access their houses down here. And now it's covered in water, which is pretty cool. But the part that isn't cool is that all that dead stuff right there, that's because the company came in and sprayed brush killer all over the creek bank, which is really bad. Basically, I'm going to swim on this side to clean off all the stuff from that side. Because just saying that side is slightly more orange. I know it's not Asian orange, probably isn't orange, but that's looking a little better than that. But imagine that's your road. That's one thing about West Virginia is you have to watch out for the pollution. I'm also looking for snakes right now. So you have to be notable, like, is there a coal mine over that way? Are they spraying crap? You wouldn't really know until you saw all the dead stuff, but I didn't really know what was in this water on the right side, so I'm going to the one that looks slightly cleaner on the left side. And hopefully that gets me squared away. I know this is not ideal, and I know this water is murky, but it's better than nothing. Here's an update on the pear tree. Looks like they didn't mulch those with leaves yet. So apple tree, excuse me. Pear tree's on the other side. Here's the tree that I put in. I'll let them boys take care of that. And there is the wonderful house. And the side of the house is covered in all this crap. There's a bunch of needles in there. So I'm no longer Barefoot Appalachia. I am Boot Man Appalachia. I know it's a dumb joke, but I'm not barefoot out here. This is the last place. I'd rather be barefoot in a Walmart than be barefoot next to that house. Very sketchy stuff. But they're going to renovate it, and it's going to be good. And Will's going to be working on his cabin. And I'm excited to help in any way I can. Just because he's a cool fella. And that's pretty nice. But most of the property where he's building is really nice. The front part. It's where all the beer cans and needles and stuff are all situated. But overall, it's still a really nice spot. Just needed some tender loving care.
I was trying to drive here in the morning, and then I ended up going up a crazy mountain road, and then I almost got stuck and started going downhill, and the tires were sliding and the trailer was pushing me down the hill, and then a tree fell down before, and it pushed the power line down. So the power line was only like 9 feet above the ground, which was like 2 inches away from the trailer. As I am driving this trailer right here, this truck and trailer, through the mountains of West Virginia, I took a wrong turn. Will told me if you make the wrong turn, you'll end up down by a creek somewhere, which is this water right here. And what ended up happening was I did take a wrong turn, and I started going. I was like, it's a little tight here. Is this the right spot? Stopped 3 times, questioned it 3 times, kept going. The 3rd time, as I'm sliding down the mountain, which was insanely sketchy, which was just not good because the roads were so horrible. I got to a point where I'm like sliding down, and I'm like trying not to lose control. I mean, the roads here are horrible. I would not recommend doing this with a dump truck or a dump trailer ever again. So I had to put it in 4-wheel drive, 4 low, and then reverse a mile. I had to reverse an entire mile, maybe a little bit more throughout the entire morning. I was about 10 minutes away from Will's place, and it ended up taking me, he looked at his phone, 2 hours. 2 hours to go a couple miles. Just because I was in such a tight spot. I keep getting in areas where I was trying not to have the dump trailer go off the side of the mountain. I didn't realize that it was so tight until I actually got there. And so basically I'm reversing in 4-wheel drive up a mountain with all this weight behind me. And, you know, usually I'm good. I drive a trailer all the time. It's not a big deal. The problem was the roads. And yeah, if someone didn't know how to drive a trailer and they ended up in that situation, you would be probably calling a crane to pull them out somewhere. It was really, really treacherous. It was like backcountry hiking, but for driving. And what ended up happening as I'm reversing up the hill, I'm going, stuff sliding, the rocks are flying everywhere. I go around the power line, get to the top, and then I hit the brakes. And then on the back end, the trailer starts going down, and it just starts pulling the truck. And the front wheels are sliding, and I'm going, you know, hitting them all the way on the brakes. And I'm still going like 10 miles an hour. And I'm like, geez, I got to get off of these mountain roads right here. And that's what I did. I reversed for about a mile. Ended up, someone let me back into their driveway. But, I mean, we're in the hollers here. So both sides are mountains. It's very narrow. They're not used to big trucks. If you're trying to build a house, you can't get a flatbed out here. It's so tight. And I ended up being there with this truck, which is 20 foot, so about a 40-foot long rig. And I'm just thankful that I made it out of there all good. Both the truck and myself. It's one of the scariest moments of driving, especially with a trailer, because the road just kept crumbling under me. And it's not like I was, you know, crazy heavy or anything. It's kind of just what the situation kind of was, I guess, or whatever it was doing. So as I'm reversing, I turn around the driveway, I keep going. I don't have signal. I kept getting lost again. I kept hitting these hairpin turns where it's like, it's straight up. I'm completely floored on the gas. And I'm in 2nd gear, and I'm going like 20 miles an hour, and I'm losing steam. And I go around the corner, and the rocks, and I'm like, geez Louise. If I can't go any further because something goes wrong, then I'm going to have to, I won't be able to reverse. Like I go in, I won't be able to leave at all. If I try to reverse down there, I'm just going to slide. So yeah, long story short, it was really sketchy. I had a local name. I think his name was Frank. Shook that man's hand. Great. All the West Virginian people that live around here are super, super, super nice. I love meeting them. I didn't really know a whole lot of them until they've come to the rescue and, you know, said hi and drove by on ATVs. So that's what's been going on here. And Frank guided me the way, and it was such a nerve-wracking space. I was on the brakes for pretty much that whole mile as I'm going down the other side of the mountain, and my leg was actually getting sore and started twitching because I was slamming the brakes on so hard the entire time. Got it out. What you think, man? You want to see the flood damage?
Yeah.
There's no damage.
Okay.
It's all good. It's all good. Hello, Mr. Doggy.
Dude, my man.
Dude, it's been fun. It was, bro, this was 8 inches of water.
Bro.
This was, like, I put my boot in there, and it was coming up to here. It was all those sides. You can see, like, the puddles, and the cooler was all the way down that way. I jumped in the water because I was already wet. Like, I didn't get any wetter jumping in the water. And, yeah, bro, it was coming all the way up to this bank right here. I looked at the garden.
The stream?
Yeah, it was not coming up, but, like, it was coming up. Like, it probably stopped, like, right where this grass is. You see where this kind of drop is?
Yeah.
It stopped, like, right there. And that's the rig.
Yeehaw.
Dude, this is not the spot for my tent.
It is now.
It is now.
Bro, you're like the dude with the castle and you dig the moat around it. You just got to put like some little fish in there. Full to the top with water.
Really?
For the most part. Yeah.
Crazy, I believe it.
I squeezed out my pants and now I'm in the shouts again with some bug spray.
Nice.
But yeah, cleared out some of these branches right here. The holes pretty much filled themselves back in. There was no sitting water here except where we dug. It didn't come up there. All the water was rushing that way, and there was a little bit going through here. Plan. So basically, Will, what we're going to be doing is digging moats. We're digging some moats and some trenches every 6 foot around the entire property. We're going a moat around the garden, a moat around the other side of the tent. We're doing a moat for that moat, and we're going to put little, there's no crocodiles or alligators in West Virginia, so...
Fishies!
Yeah, we'll put crawfish.
Crawfish.
So we're going to put some crawfish, dig some moats, but you actually should do like a lot of moats.
I might as well just move it to the truck bed.
That'd be fair.
Yeah.
Would you leave the tent for storage, or are you worried about it getting moldy?
Nah, yeah, I'd just pack that up. And that's not even mine, that's Nate's.
Ah,
So I'd probably pack it up and give it back.
lay it out in the sun one day.
Yeah. The main thing is storage is why I have the tent. Because I have...
Well, then you won't need a moat. It would be cool to be in a trailer. I'm living in a 6 foot bed, 6.5. So you could do an 8. Where would you live?
My truck bed is 6.
I'm in the van.
The van?
Yeah.
Oh, the minivan. Cool.
Yo.
Big money. That looks like the Kendrick Lamar one, just in red.
True.
The one on the album cover.
Hello, Mr. Will. Today we're going with the birds. Today we go with the birds. The birds and the trees. Hello, Mr. Dogs. Good morning. How are you doing today? It's a very good day today. Going to plant some trees. Very well.
All right, folks, we're back at the garden today. What we're doing right now is getting all these dogs to dig the holes for us. And pretty much after that, the day's going to be done. I'm just playing. So we got some leaf compost. That's the black gold right there. All it is leaves that have been mulched up and let to sit for about a year or two. Turns into this right here. That's what you're missing out on if you're getting rid of your leaves. So I put about 3 or 4 scoops in each hole, brought out that auger and just blended it up real nice. These guys are also helping there. Do that for each hole. For whatever reason, I forget why, you don't want to put too much compost in the hole with the soil like really deep. And yeah, I'm not exactly sure why, but I remember hearing about that. So you put a little bit in the hole, then you put a lot of it on top so that when the rain hits it, it can seep down. And it has something to do with like root growth and the way that the plants work out. So yeah, just put a little bit of compost in there and then a lot on top, and you'll be good to go. So basically, first thing you do, mix up that soil. Got to find your soil level. Make sure it's nice and loose underneath. Take that bad boy. These are pretty shallowly rooted. So the reason for loosening up the soil underneath is just so it drains a little bit better, but you don't want to do too much or else it'll like eventually sink. So I kind of like pack it in, but it still doesn't have a bunch of clay and stuff. So if it's just clay, it doesn't really drain that well. So I'm probably not going to do a lot of video like this. You just get your knife and you break up all the roots on the bottom of the plants. Like right in here when they get root bound. Just cut them. A lot of people think it's actually like a bad thing, but this is just promoting them to grow out instead of staying in their little contained spot. There we go. So where we bring in some more compost, pack it in nice and good, and then we're going to make a ring around it, just like the apple trees, like a donut. So when the rain will fall, it doesn't just all wash off. It has the chance to hang around the roots first and absorb. I got the boots on, but we just stomp it in real good. So basically what we're doing here is companion planting. This right here is Russian comfrey, taproots in it that go 12 foot down into the subsoil and bring the nutrients up to the top in these leaves right here. So we're a blackberry, a blueberry, a raspberry, things of that nature. Maybe they might go 6, maybe 8 inches down, but they like to spread out and be pretty shallow rooted. So they're just getting nutrients from like maybe we bring in the compost, any organic fertilizer or whatever is here already. So the plan is to plant this comfrey right alongside it. This is the sterile variety, so it's not one that's gonna, there's some of the original ones that go everywhere and they take over and they're super invasive.
And it's still improving the soil, but it just gets out of control, and you know it'll go outside of the garden and stuff. So we plant this right alongside it, and then when the leaves get big, it's going to spread out. It's going to get big and clumpy and probably get this tall. And you don't have to worry about it taking nutrients or resources from this because it's actually going to provide them. So what we do maybe once, twice a year after it's established is you just get a machete or some loppers or whatever, and you chop the leaves and you drop it and you make a mulch ring around the tree. Cut the leaves. So this is just getting nutrients from way down, concentrating them, and then as it decomposes around the top of the plant, it's just adding fertilizer all year long, and it's a really, really good stuff. This is like the #1 like permaculture plant. A lot of folks that are doing organic gardening and farming and things in the backyard, any type of fruit trees, berry bushes, even the rest of your plants that you don't eat, it's still going to add a ton of nutrients. So we got 12 of these, and we're going to be popping them in right alongside. So just like before, we go out, you break up the roots a little bit so it doesn't get root bound. Put that on the soil. And I'm not going to put extra compost next to the comfrey because comfrey hates good soil. For whatever reason, if you try to plant it in like a fertile garden already where it has nutrients, it doesn't like to grow. But you can literally just get one of the roots from these plants, stick it in the hard clay, without any leaves, just a piece of the root. Just throw it in the clay and it's going to form a huge plant. So it's a really resilient plant. It's really good. And it's also pretty good and resilient and great and every type of thing like that. So we are a big fan of comfrey around here. I know a lot of folks are the same. Some people love it. Most people love it. Some people hate it, but that's okay because it's so easy to grow. I mean, it's so easy to grow. It's going to be all over the place. And then, let's see. So as it spreads out, it's going to have plenty of nutrients for literally, you're going to have so much comfrey that you don't know what to do with it. You're just going to go through one day, you know, chop it, throw it down, chop it, throw it down. Next thing you know, this whole place is going to be covered in comfrey, and it's just going to be super, super nutrient dense. And not to mention, it's also going to not really be a ground cover, but it's going to be all over the soil. So it'll help a little bit more with any type of erosion. If the water comes up, we're also doing some mulch and cardboard to keep any weeds that might grow down so that the nutrients can go to these plants instead of worrying about all the grasses surrounding it. So when I was talking about building the ring right here, we'll build a little one. I think we might do most of it on top of the cardboard. I don't really know how that works, to be honest with you. Yeah, we'll do the rings. We'll do the rings out of mulch instead of soil and compost, just because if we make a big donut and then try to cover it with cardboard, it's going to look really weird. So this is how we'll leave it. Bam. Hello, Mr. Will.
Hello.
Dude, come check this stuff out, brother.
Dude.
This is what we got going on just in time. All the neighbors go through on ATVs. Got a corn cob pipe and a feathered hat.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Damn, son.
Yes, sir. What we got going on, long story short, got about 3-4 scoops of compost, put it in the hole, augered it out. Got them planted a little bit above soil level, and then we're doing the cardboard in the middle. We'll do some extra on the sides, covered in the mulch. The reason that we do the cardboard is because it decomposes. You want it covering the soil just long enough to where all the grass and stuff underneath it dies. All the weeds will die, but you don't want it there forever like landscape fabric, because when you try to dig in next time or you have a bunch of compost, the mulch turns into soil, it's going to separate from the stuff below it. So this is going to be here long enough just to kill the weeds, and then once the cardboard disintegrates, when it gets wet, it's just going to all be super, super fertile. Super fertile.
It's amazing.
Yes, sir. And that's just how it is. Watch the blade right behind you. I almost nicked it with my eye a couple times. Probably moved it.
Damn, with your eye, that's crazy.
I was like bending down. Yeah, this is the cardboard, mate.
Bro.
Getting the plants in the hole. Got some.
It's looking beautiful.
Yes, sir. Got the Trent berries. I can smell that guy's pipe.
Yeah, yeah.
Very nice.
Dude, very nice. I can't believe it. It
See?
looks so sick.
Went from 0 to 100 real quick.
Yeah.
So that's how you clear a trail, is you just drive really recklessly and then the grass goes away. This is my ride. So this is the after effects of the trench. She nice and dried out, doing her job. It's pretty much just like irrigating. We're just irrigating the dogs. And cooking up some breakfast. All right, so we're back in the garden. We've got all of the plants in the ground. We've got Trentberry, comfrey, elderberry, comfrey, blackberry, comfrey. Not the dogs rubbing to dig. Everything up there.
Basically, we got cardboard all over the ground. We're covering it in pine bark mulch, because it is acidic. And it's also not dyed. You don't want to put dyed mulch around all your fruit. It's kind of defeats the purpose. But that's the water right there. That's real gardening. So we're about to keep hustling this and planting a bunch of stuff and getting everything down before it rains and gets dark.
That was the coolest thing I've ever done.
Mr. Will, come here. Come check out the garden.
Cardboarded up.
Yes, sir. The dog's been helping us dig.
Nice.
That's been good. So I already did a walkthrough, but here we are, pretty much just hustling, getting the mulch down.
Yep. A couple more loads of mulch.
Yeah.
So I can
Couple more. Yes, sir. Just wrapped up the food forest. We got 14 of the big plants and then 12 of the small ones. So we divided the comfrey, so we actually do have 14 of those now. But basically, we got a blueberry comfrey, elderberry comfrey, Trentberry comfrey, blackberry, Will with a ladder.
Let's go, baby.
We hadn't planted him yet, but we got a while for that. We got some organic fertilizer right there, and we got cardboard all underneath. So if it ever floods, it'll be naturally irrigated, which is pretty nice. But we'll pray that it doesn't flood. But it's cardboard, really good pine mulch. The reason we do the pine mulch is because it's undyed and it's also acidic, which helps out the berries. This is how loaded down they are. I have a feeling this is going to be a long video. So if it is, hope it's good. I feel like it'd be good. That's the remainder of the tools. That's the spot. It's just a super cool spot. Might end up one day getting these rocks and putting them along the edge of the fence here. So this is the view from the back. There's a ton of work. We've been sweating so much that you could wring our shirts out and fill up a glass and it would look really muddy. So as you can tell, I'm a little sleepy. But there you go. We're back at the home base. We got everything done, cooking up some zeener. And Mr. Will, he bought a new house. That's the dining area or something. That's a dining area, main quarters, and then sleeping quarters. Very nice.
I'm not sleeping in it.
You're not? That boy's sleeping.
Not enough space now.
Better stop eating. Good guys, if you need a food forest done, give me a shout. If you live somewhere really cool and you need a food forest done, give me a call. Got a crazy storm coming in right now. Dump trailer's clearing a new trail and they're leaving the property. And that's all she wrote, boys and gals. Jeez, you hear that? It's rough. Put her in 4-wheel drive because it's muddy. That's all she wrote. That's all she wrote for this trip. I'll be good. But dog, these are not the best roads to be driving on. And yet, like, it doesn't look steep in the video. It's not good. This is like the good part. It's like there's cliffs on either side. This is, like I said, this is the good part. There's a lot of not great parts that I was on yesterday. It is currently 1:43 in the morning, and I'm at a gas station. And I'm really tired, and I just picked up some raw milk, and I was at the house getting the raw milk at 1 in the morning, pretty much, like 12:30. And they said they'd leave it out on the porch, and I had to drive up a mountain to get there. So I had to hit the gas a lot, and I have the trailer behind me, and it was really loud. So I think I woke up the whole entire mountain. But I tried not to, but I got 3 gallons of milk total. I'm very excited, if you can tell. And oh wow, I made it to the Walmart parking lot. Oh wow, I am so happy. Wow, 2 a.m. delusions. This is going to be the end of the video. It was a really good day planting trees. Hanging out with Will and Jesse. There's some really cool guys. Got a lot of good stuff going on. Alright, until the next one.